Hello and welcome. My name is Jesse Reitz, and I'm going to be walking you through the Safety Penguin application. Safety Penguin is a personal safety application that I've been developing. Its goal is to keep people safe while they're doing the activities that they love. Essentially, what it does is it allows a user to create a check-in time, by which time they should check themselves in as being safe. If they don't, it will send a text message and an email notification to their chosen emergency contact, what we call heroes, and will say, hey, your user has not checked in by the time that they said they would. If you could please make sure they're okay and doing great. I started developing this because I am a motorcyclist, I'm a hiker, and I would do those activities by myself, but I want to be able to make sure that I keep people in the loop without freaking them out every single time I go for a motorcycle ride or for a solo hike. It's really just in case I do actually truly need that help, and then I'll be able to get it. So from here, we're just going to go ahead and jump right in and log in. Awesome. So you'll notice it'll prompt you for a time zone as soon as you log in. This is just because we store everything as UTC time on the backend in the database. And so we just need to make sure that we're doing that conversion properly. So if we click here, you'll notice it's all of these standard US time zones for now, and that's just because that's kind of our target audience in the development process anyway. It's not a public beta or anything, and definitely not worldwide. So it does the job in the US for now. I'm going to go ahead and choose Chicago because I live in Austin, Texas, which is on the same time zone as Chicago. Awesome. So once you set your time zone, it'll drop you into the My Check-ins interface. This allows you to review your most recent check-ins as well as create a new one. If we open up the menu here, you'll notice at the very top is My Check-ins. That's where we currently are. You're also able to create a check-in straight from there. You're able to go to your heroes menu, so that's going to have a list of all your heroes. And then, of course, you're able to go to your profile and edit some user account information and, of course, log out of the application. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in and create a check-in. You'll notice you're able to choose from 3 different predetermined times for your check-in. You can create one that lasts 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours, or you're able to create a custom one. So this can be any time in the future, so long as it is at least 20 minutes from now. For now, we're going to say I want to go for 4 hours. I'm actually going to go on a hike right now. So you'll notice here, you're able to add some notes. These notes will be passed along to your hero should the need arise. So your notes should include pertinent information. Since I'm going for a hike, I should include the trailhead, where it's located, any kind of numbers for rangers, anything like that. For now, though, since it's just a demonstration, I'm just going to put gone for a hike. Perfect. From here, you're able to choose your hero. You'll notice I just have the one hero for now. That is because this is a development version of the application. It's not actually available to the public right now. So this test user is just another cell phone that I have here locally that I'm able to use for debugging and development purposes. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and create that check-in. And you'll notice right away the interface changes. I get a text message that says, hey, your check-in has been successfully activated. Please check in by this time. So we're going to go ahead and go into that just to mark it red. Perfect. And then on here, on the web interface, you'll notice that it turns green. It says it's active, and it's up and running. So let's go ahead and go into the check-in interface. You'll notice here you're able to choose 3 different options. Of course, you're able to go back to your check-ins at the bottom. At the top, you're able to mark yourself as safe. You're able to check in and end the check-in time. Or you're able to choose that I need help option. Down here at the bottom of the page, you're able to see a little bit more information about the check-in itself, whether it's active, the end date, the end time, what heroes associated with it, and then of course the notes that are associated with it as well. The I'm safe button really just marks it as checked in. It doesn't really do a whole lot else. That's kind of the main I'm safe check-in, as it says, kind of interface for that. I'm going to go ahead and click the I need help button though. This doesn't actually send anything just yet. It'll take you to another screen that says, hey, be sure you know what you're doing. If you're not really in danger, please don't dial 911 or contact your emergency contact. If you are in danger, of course, you can press that notify contact button, and that'll immediately send a text message and an email to your hero, and then dial 911. That is a telephone link. It will open up the calling interface on your cell phone if you're using it via cell phone, or if you're using a computer that has the ability to make phone calls, it'll open it there as well. Down at the bottom, you're able to cancel and go back to your check-ins, or you're able to go back into the check-in itself. I'm going to go back to my check-ins. Cool. So from here, let's go back into that check-in and mark myself as safe. Cool. So it gives me a hooray, you have checked in, success notification. It will also send me a text message here shortly. Perfect. So there's my text message. You've checked in. Glad to hear you're safe and sound. Thank you. From here, we're going to check out a few other features here on the web interface. So we've already seen the My Check-ins and Create a Check-in interface. From here, we're going to go into My Heroes. Now here is this will contain the list of all of your heroes. So if we choose this test hero here, you're able to see a little bit more information, their phone, email, etc. What's interesting are the last two, the request status and the default status. So in Safety Penguin, a user actually has to accept your request to use them as a hero before you can use them as a hero. So that's what that accepted the request status is. And then default status, that just says this user is your default hero. So the things that affects are on the Create a Check-in page, it'll automatically select them when you're creating a check-in. Of course, you can change it, but if it's somebody that you use, a significant other or a parent, quite often that it'll automatically choose them, so you don't have to choose them every single time. Your default hero will also act as your hero for any text message check-ins that you create. So you can actually create a check-in via text message, and we'll explore that a little bit later. But that's what the default hero will do. And of course, you're also able to remove that hero. We're going to go back into the Heroes interface, though, and we're going to go find a hero. So we're not actually going to go through the process of finding a hero, but essentially what you can do is you can search for another user via email or phone number and send them a request if they exist. If they don't exist, then in the database anyway, then you can send them an email, you'll fill out some information about them, shoot them an email, and they'll have to verify their email and phone number before you can use them. We don't want to spam anybody, so it's just a little bit of a safeguard there. And then of course, they're only one step away from creating their own Safety Penguin user account. They just need to create a password. For now though, we're gonna go ahead and go back, and we're actually gonna jump into the profile section. And this is pretty standard account management things, changing your email, changing your phone number, of course, changing your time zone, changing your default hero like we just saw, and then resetting your password. And you'll notice if you go in, just change your email, change your phone number. Again, pretty basic stuff. If you change your email or your phone number, it will prompt you to actually validate and verify those. It'll send you a verification link via email for your email, and it'll actually send you a 4-digit code that you need to enter for your phone to verify that. Other than that, that's pretty much it for the web interface. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the text message interface because, as I mentioned, you're actually able to create check-ins and manage check-ins from text message via SMS text message, I should say. So let's say we want to just get a list of commands. We can actually just shoot that to Safety Penguin, and it'll send us a message back with all the commands that you're able to use. Looks like my phone might be glitching out here. Perfect. So here you can see in the command section, you're able to create, check-in, or get some help for your check-in. So let's say I just want to create a check-in. You can actually just type in the length of time that you would like to create a check-in for. So for instance, if you want to create an hour-long check-in, you can just type in 1 hour or even HR, any abbreviations. Same goes with minutes and days. So let's say we want to do a 45-minute check-in. I'm just going to type in 45M and send that along. Perfect. So then it shoots back, would you like to create a check-in in 45 minutes, just to make sure that you know what you're doing. You can, of course, respond no. I'm going to respond yes, using Google's handy little automatic reply function here. and it shoots me back, hey, your check-in has been successfully activated. So if we go back into the web interface, you'll actually notice, hey, there's my text check-in. Now, of course, there are no notes associated with it because it is just a quick little way of creating a check-in, and it does use that default hero as I mentioned before. If we want to check in, we just type in check-in, send that along, or of course we can do help as well. Send help, and it'll notify your emergency contact. For now, though, I'm just going to type check-in, shoot that back, and boom, there it is. You have checked in. Glad to hear you're safe and sound. If we go back here, you'll notice if we refresh this page and the status changes to checked in, we're all good to go. I don't have any active check-ins, and I am considered safe. So that's Safety Penguin in a nutshell. Just kind of a quick and brief overview of the functionalities and the features. I should mention that it is written in Python on top of the Django framework. It is mainly a your standard MVC Django application. It does have some JavaScript going on the front end, but it's mainly just some basic DOM manipulation things. It's all vanilla JavaScript. I do make use of the Nexmo text messaging API. That's what I use to send and receive the text messages from the application. On the back end, of course, I am using Postgres as the database as well. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me or visit my website at www.jessewrites.com. You can see it up here in the front without the VPN subdomain there. I look forward to hearing from you. If you have any other questions, just let me know. Thank you.